These are my 5 favorite characters in Naruto. But before I get into that, let me start off with some honorable mentions. And these two are very honorable. Ironically, they fought each other. The first one is Rock Lee. Now, Rock Lee has been on my top 5, but if I'm being honest, his character throughout the entirety of the show just doesn't it just doesn't make sense for me to keep him in my top 5. Do I love him as a character? Yes. Did he have one of the best moments in the entirety of the show, both OG and Shippuden? Yes. But I just don't think his character, I mean, pretty much they nerfed him. He went away. He was gone. It was like he didn't even exist. He was pointless. He had like one line in Shippuden. So Rock Lee. The next person, as I alluded to, is Gaara. I really like Gaara. And Gaara, I could swap him out with some of the characters that I'm about to name, but for me, I think that he comes in at number 6. Really 5.5. Gaara is one of my favorite characters. I love who he started as. I love who he became. I think that, and I've said this in my videos, Sasuke and Gaara are the same person. I know that they like to make lots of parallels between Naruto and Gaara, and there are, but there's also parallels between Sasuke. I think Sasuke, or what Sasuke's character was giving, you get better in Gaara's story, and you also get it in Pain, which brings me to my first favorite character, and these are not in order. Pain. Pain is such an amazing character, from his character design to his character arc. You see his backstory and you're kind of like, he's not wrong. Now, violence begats more violence, and so I understand Naruto's choice, but when you look at Pain, you don't feel like, man, this guy's just cruel, He just took Jiraiya's message and he kind of went left with it. You know what I'm saying? Which brings me to my next character, Jiraiya. Now, I know this might be slightly controversial these days because Jiraiya is Edo Sensei. If you don't know what that means, look it up. But Jiraiya is a great character. Another great character design. Love his character arc. Has one of the best fights and best moments in Naruto. And he's just a gangster, man. Like, I mean, there's multiple times where he pulls up, where he pulled up on Itachi and Kisame. Epic. Love Jiraiya as a character, full of flaws. That's another thing that I love about Jiraiya that I don't think is talked about enough. He's a completely flawed character. Not in the way that some people are bothered by or they want to pick and choose, but like, he's designed to be flawed. And yet, I love how as he's coming towards the end, he's like, my life has just been a life of failures. But he still has the courage, the strength to fight on, which, really passes the torch to Naruto in a great way. So Jiraiya's another one of my favorite characters. Kakashi, or Kakashi, however you want to say it. Just a brilliantly written character. So many characters I feel like are influenced by him. Gojo is a clear example, although I think Gojo has a lot more alike to Urahara Kisuke, but even Kisuke, you could say, has some influences of Kakashi. I mean, he's that first cool sensei. You know what I mean? Like, it's a departure from the Roshis, and even the Jiraiya kind of follows the Roshi roadmap. But Kakashi, like, just from the start, his character has always been a great character, and he grew. He grew throughout the show, and we were able to get more depth in who he is, from his backstories, his relationship with Obito. There's just so much to love about him, not to mention his character design, his fighting style, his techniques. He's an all-around insane character, and if I was putting them in order, he probably would be my top. Next is Shikamaru, and Shikamaru is just, I relate to him the most. I feel like I am him. He's the character that I enjoy the most. He's the character that I relate to the most. Shikamaru is an absolute beast of a character. I feel like he both kind of got nerfed, but also at the same time, he didn't get nerfed. He had a whole freaking arc. Um, I think that Shikamaru was a great character, and I love him more as a balance to Naruto. I know Sasuke plays an important role, but I love his relationship to Naruto and how it grows. So we have Shikamaru, Kakashi, Jiraiya, and Pain. And then lastly, the person that kind of bumped Gar off the list is Itachi. And I just think Itachi as a character, the complexity of his motivation, his psychology, what he's been through, his ability to fight, his technique, and to find out all in all, it's all for the love of his little brother. He's a great character. There's no question as to why he's one of the most popular characters in Naruto. But those are my 5 favorites: Itachi, Kakashi, Jiraiya, Pain, and Shikamaru. Let me know what you think about my list, and let me know some of your favorites.